Alrighty, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we will be previewing the men's basketball season by recapping the blue-white scrimmage last night. That was a blast. I got to attend. It was great. This team is going to be exciting. Both the preseason poll for both ESPN and CBS came out today, and they have us finishing ninth, and I feel like that's low. I feel like my expectations for this team are in the top half at least, maybe hopefully the top third or so of the conference in that top five race. I think we definitely have that ceiling. But anyway, I've got a couple points to hit with the in terms of recapping the blue-white scrimmage. So my first point, Yegor is good. This man, Yegor Demin, is a beast. And he said no more denim jeans. He's not going to have to wear any denim jeans. He's going to get a lot better after the paycheck he gets in the NBA. He is great. The way he sees the court, I saw him last night as a quarterback, basically, on offense. The way he was directing traffic, telling everybody where to go. I feel like he was great last night. I was really impressed by Yegor and hopefully he can continue to improve. He's a great passer, great finding cutting lanes, and he's really good off the bounce. He can drive to the hoop. He can knock down the three ball. He can grab rebounds. He's probably going to go off for multiple triple doubles this year. So I'm very excited for Yegor. My second point is about the newcomer. He's only been on the team about a week or so. Mihailo Boskovic. I hope I'm saying that right. But anyway, I think this guy's going to be a solid 3-and-D guy. He's able to knock down shots on the offensive end. He's a physical defender on the defensive end. He's a good stopper, and he's able to get those catch and shoot threes. So I think he's going to be a good 3-and-D guy, good role player off the bench, kind of running into this 9, 10, maybe even 11-man rotation, depending on what KY runs. But I think Mahalo's got potential. He's a good shooter. He's shown some potential on the defensive end as well. And one of the guys that I was most surprised by yesterday was Max Triplett. I feel like Max Triplett, a newcomer transfer from, I think it was Southern Utah, maybe even Snow College. So not a D1 school before this. Actually, Southern Utah is D1, never mind. But not a top tier P4 school. Now he comes to BYU in the Big 12, one of, if not the best basketball conference, and he played great last night. He had a chase down block, and I think it was Mewat Mag, who I'll talk about later. But I was really impressed by Max Triplett. I don't think he'll get that much playing time, but I feel like he could turn some heads and definitely surprise some people this year with his play. Next is Trey Stewart. I feel like Trey Stewart has really improved this offseason. He was kind of a meme, so to speak. A lot of Cougar Nation didn't really believe that he deserved to be on the team. A lot of people didn't think he deserved to be getting minutes. And I was with those people. I have to confess that I thought the same. But the way he performed last night, he's improved so much as a playmaker, as a scorer, able to get downhill more, and he's finding those cutting lanes, able to cut, and Yegor's able to find him for the pass. So I think Trey's going to have a more increased role. I don't think he's going to start because of how stacked our guard position is, but I feel like he could definitely get some meaningful minutes there. Next up, Cannon Catchings, a.k.a. reincarnated Jackson Robinson. I feel like he is Jackson Robinson in another life. He's basically the same as Jackson Robinson. They have similar play styles. One thing about Cannon, I did feel like he was a bit lazy on the offensive and the defensive end. Didn't really move much off the ball on the offensive end. Kind of like Jackson Robinson, but he was able to lose some defenders. Nice handling moves, and able to knock down the shot from deep. So I'm definitely excited about Cannon Catchings. I think this is a guy that could jump into the lottery already in most NBA mock drafts in that first round. I feel like he could definitely jump into that lottery in the later part of the year by his play. Next up, this point is no more 3YU. I think 3YU back in 2019 with TJ Haws and Jake Toulson and Yole Childs. I know he wasn't really shooting the three ball much with Alex Barcelo, Brandon Avery, Gideon George. Those days are gone. No more 3YU. Even last year we relied on it a bit with Trevin Nell, who I'll also talk about later. But I feel like Keba Keita and Foose are just monsters in the paint. They could score almost at will, and they can grab almost any rebound. So I think we're not going to see. We can still definitely hit the three ball, but we won't be as reliant on it as we usually are. And I think that's a good thing to know, that when the threes aren't working for us, we have other places to go, because I feel like that's where we struggled most of last year, is when Trevin was having a bad game or Richie was having a bad game and they couldn't knock it down from deep. We didn't have a plan B. We didn't have anywhere else to go. But I feel like that could definitely help us now with Kada and Foose down low being able to get some post work. And next up, I've got a disappointment actually from last night. It was Maywa Mag. I was really high on him. I thought he was going to be one of, if not our best defender, and provide some spark on the offensive end too. Maybe even come into that starting lineup. But last night he did not do that. He was still pretty good on the defensive end, but not nearly as good as I was expecting. Not the best shooter. We weren't really expecting much out of Mag after transferring from Rutgers, but I expect more. I think he could still improve definitely, and I'm not saying he's going to be terrible this year, but he didn't. I was expecting a lot from Maywat Mag. Maybe I set my expectations too high, but I feel like he underperformed last night. Next is just both the big men, Foose and Kita, and I touched on this earlier. Keba Keita is a more athletic version of Foose. Their game style, their play style isn't necessarily that similar, but Keita is able to grab those lobs. We're going to see a lot of dunks this year, lobs from whether it be Trey Stewart, Dallin Hall, Yegor Deming, whoever it may be, can lob it up to Keita, and he will go up and he will get it, and he will throw it down. And as Kevin Young would say, I don't think we're going to have much bingos this year with a rebound kick out for a three, because whenever Keita gets a rebound, he's going to slam it right back down. So I'm really excited for Keba Keita. He can put up some big numbers. Same with Foose on the rebounding end. I think we're going to be a monster rebounding team this year. And as I said earlier, both Keba Keita and Foose give us an option to go to if we're not hitting the three. Next, Richie's still Richie. Richie Saunders is still that Energizer Bunny, and I love that from Richie. I think Richie's one of my favorite players to watch. He's just so fun. His hustle is great, and he just leaves everything out on the court, no matter what it takes. And you could just tell he wants to win. He's a great competitor. He's a shooter too. He has some good defense, and he will go after every loose ball. He will win every 50-50 ball, and I love that about Richie. So I'm really excited that he decided to come back after entering the transfer portal. And I'm really excited to see what he can do this year. And same with Dallin Hall. I feel like Dallin Hall, same situation as Richie, entered the transfer portal, decided ultimately to come back, and I love that for Dallin. Dallin is he's improved a lot as a playmaker and a facilitator. He's more of the point guard that I feel like he was lacking those skills in previous years and lacking his decision making. So I feel like Dallin. Well, what was that? Sorry, guys. But I feel like Dallin has improved playmaking a lot, improved facilitating, decision making, and he still had some dumb shot choices last night. But that might just be because it was the blue-white game. So I hope we could continue to see Dallin improve and go up as that possible starting point guard with Yegor at the two. And I feel like that could be a fun backcourt because Yegor can definitely run some of the one. And the next is another disappointment. Trevin L, man. Come on, 1 for 11? That's ridiculous. He's obviously, people have off nights, but last year, after I believe he was the best shooter in the nation through non-conference, he stank last night. So hopefully that's not a sign of things to come, and hopefully he can improve. But yeah, I'm really excited for this season. To sum it all up, we've got a great group of guys, and especially I think the newcomers. Like there were like 5 newcomers that were the 5 top scorers last night. Maybe Foose was in there too, but every newcomer scored, and that's great to see moving forward. That we can rely, because last year was good too, and the only really big pieces we lost was Khalifa and Waterman, and now we can replace Khalifa with Kada down low, although they're not similar players at all. And then we can replace Waterman with Catchings or Yegor, depending on what we run. So I'm really excited to watch this team play, and I'm really pumped for this season. And I think we're going to finish 6th in the Big 12. That's going to be my prediction. I think getting invited to the Maui Invitational in 2026 this week was huge news. So yeah, open the season a little less than a month away, November 5th against Central Arkansas. So let's go BYU basketball. We're going to make some noise and go Cougs.